Hi little skeletons, it is Disney Queen Skelly here, and welcome back to another top 5 video. So this video is going to be a little different, and let me explain why. So typically when I do a top 5 video, it's for my top 5 favorite somethings, and for this one I can't necessarily do that. And it's not to say that I'm not a big reader, because I am a big reader. I just really have never thought about my 5 favorite women in literature, and the only one that really comes to mind is Nancy Drew. So she's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So instead what I did is I typed into Google top 5 female characters in literature, and I found something. So we're just going to read this little article about what these people think the top 5 greatest female characters, my apologies, in literature are, and then you can let me know your opinions about it in the comment section down below. So let's get started. And this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going from 1 to 5 instead of 5 to 1. Top 5 greatest female characters in literature, International Women's Day. In celebration of International Women's Day, we took a look at some of English literature's greatest women. We had a great time at TT celebrating International Women's Day yesterday, and we thought there was no better way to round off the celebrations than with a look at a few of our favorite, most inspirational, and kick-ass female characters. It can be really easy to dismiss books written before the turn of the 20th century as patriarchal and sexist, but here are 5 spectacular female characters from the last few centuries of literature. Warning, some spoilers. Number 1, Jane Eyre from Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is one of my all-time favorite characters. Charlotte Bonnet creates a protagonist who's the opposite of a drippy romantic heroine, fainting into a cloud of golden ringlets. She's a woman with incredibly strong principles who won't let go of what she believes is right, even in the face of the most temptingly persuasive offers. She has no fear of deep and passionate emotions, feeling extremes of anger, despair, and love, but not letting those emotions sweep her away, instead of relying on her intellect and her morals. She works hard, does things that scare her, and she's not pretty. The point that so many film and television adaptations seem to miss is that it literally doesn't matter what she looks like. Her character, personality, mind, and heart are what earn the liking or loathing of everyone she meets. She was the first female main character I came across in a grown-up book where her appearance doesn't influence things in the slightest, and it completely changed how I saw female protagonists. Next, we have Lizzie Bennett from Pride and Prejudice. An obvious choice, but Lizzie Bennett is just wonderful. The protagonist of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice has a sharp tongue and a sharper mind, and refuses to do things just for appearances, propriety, or an easy life. She goes out walking in the wind and rain, scandalizing the neighboring ladies by turning up with muddy petticoats to look after her sister who's fallen ill. When mocked by people she has no respect for, she can give as good as she gets. But when offered constructive criticism by those who deserve her respect, she can learn and change. She's staggeringly brave in the face of opposition and calamity, standing up to those who dismiss or injure her or her family. True, she does fit into the mold of a romantic heroine and end up getting her own matrimonial happy ending, but on her own terms, having made her own decisions and knowing exactly what she wants. Next, we have Isabella from Measure for Measure. A slightly left-field suggestion, Isabella from Shakespeare's Measure for Measure. Honestly, there's a huge selection of incredible and inspiring female characters across Shakespeare's works, but Isabella seems particularly appropriate at the moment. In some ways, her dilemma whether to lose her virginity or to save her brother has lost some of its power and relevance, as most people no longer believe that extramarital sex will cause you to go to hell. However, the broader picture of a man abusing a position of power to try to manipulate and force a reluctant woman to have sex with him is unpleasantly relatable to current events. Isabella is a heroine for the #MeToo movement, defying Angelo's advances, telling a higher authority, and guiding events to save herself and get justice for another woman. Sure, the methods she uses are somewhat questionable, but Isabella's overall defiance, determination to do what is right, and refusal to give in to someone more powerful are the hallmarks of a furiously strong female character. Next, we have Lizzy from Goblin Market. A second but quite different Lizzy in Christina Rossetti's masterpiece of a poem, Goblin Market. Two sisters, Lizzy and Laura, are wandering at dusk when they hear the cry of the goblin men selling their delicious magical fruits. Laura succumbs, eats their fruits, and falls deathly ill. Lizzy stages a one-woman rescue mission, walking right into the lair of the goblins and fighting for her sister's life. Damsel in distress stories can be extremely irritating, but when the knight in shining armor who saves the victim's life is another woman, the story can transform from frustrating to fantastic. And finally, we have Jo March from Little Women. Josephine March and Louisiana M. Alcott's Little Women series is a spectacular woman. She is constantly climbing trees, running races, rolling down hills, and generally failing to act in the way expected of a young lady in 19th century America. She's ambitious, working relentlessly to become a great writer, and tries every route and goes to any place that might help her achieve that goal, sacrificing home comfort and ease along the way. When she does achieve fantastic success, she manages to juggle writing, celebrity, philanthropy, and family life. Alcott was decades ahead of her time in showing a woman who could have a career and a home life and didn't make it look perfectly easy. Her novels show all the struggles and compromises of being a working woman with a family whilst holding it up as an excellent aim to strive. These are just a few personal suggestions of female characters I find awesome and have influenced my ideas of what a woman could be and do. The books we read and show our children and pupils are so important. They really do shape ideas and expectations, and telling tales of rebel girls of all shapes and sizes rather than identical helpless princesses can enormously impact the narratives that people tell about themselves and others. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have some favorite female characters in literature that I either didn't mention, or maybe you agree with some of these female characters yourself, let me know in the comment section down below. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye, little skeletons. Stay safe, and I love you guys.